Power is distributed vertically between many levels of government and horizontally across multiple quasi-government and non-governmental organizations and actors in multi-level governance. The situation arises as a result of the fact that many countries have multiple levels of government, including local, regional, state, national, or federal, as well as numerous other organizations with vested interest in policy decisions and outcomes. Multi-level governance principles are also used in international governance. Multi-level governance differs from multi-level government in that different levels of government share or transfer responsibility amongst themselves, whereas multi-level governance examines the interactions of different state levels and different types of actors. Cohesion policy is the guiding principle for various funding instruments aimed at addressing social and economic inequalities in the EU. It focuses on developing disadvantaged regions in the context of market integration. The 1988 Structural Fund reform introduced new governing principles that were critical to the emergence of multi-level governance. This included the principle of additionality, which required that the EU funds be spent in addition to any planned expenditure in member countries. In subsequent years, the Commission pushed for a larger role for non-state actors in partnership. Initially, multi-level governance was defined as continuous negotiation among nested governments at several territorial tiers and described how supranational, national, regional, and local governments are enmeshed in territorial overreaching policy networks. However, this conceptualization ignored the growing role of non-state actors in EU policymaking, which was central to the concept of governance for public policy scholars. In the field of cohesion policy, the more broadly in the EU studies, the multi-level part of the concept has come to revert to increase vertical interactions between governments operating at different levels. Hughes and Marx propose a two-tiered typology of EU governance. Type 1 governs arrangement in which the jurisdiction of authority is task-specific. Jurisdictions operate at multiple territorial levels, and jurisdictions may overlap. Type 2, which include agencies, partnership, and non-profit organizations, has echoes of federalism. In modern democracies, these forms of multi-level governance coexist. There are currently ongoing academic debates on multi-level governance, and within those debates, there can be identified a number of key issues. These include the definition and comprehension of multi-level governance, the conceptual clarity of the concept, what multi-level governance means for the role and the power of the state, the questions of whether or not the concept is being overstretched, and also the normative dimension of the concept. Multi-level governance has contributed significantly to understanding the nature of governance in the EU. It draws attention to increasingly complex relationships between actors from various sectors organized at different territorial levels, and it raises important questions about the mechanism, strategies, and tactics used in the contemporary politics, as well as the implication for democratic accountability. It emphasized concerns about changes in the role, power, and nature of the state both within and beyond national borders. Furthermore, while multinational governance emphasizes competence slipping away from central states, this does not always imply the state power is undermining. This remains an empirical question with different answers in different cases. Indeed, state adaptations and innovation are hallmarks of complex multi-level governance. This last point is frequently misunderstood, which may indicate a lack of conceptual specification within the multinational governance framework.